Hi, my name is Samuel Welch. I am an artisan blacksmith in northwestern Montana. Today I want to share a very special project with you. This is probably one of the coolest things I've ever made. It's tested me, it's pushed me to new limits. It's a project that I just decided to throw the budget out the window and just build it to the absolute best of my ability. Normally I try to videotape while I'm doing my projects, but for this one I just focused. I don't have a lot of in-process videos. I have a few, and I've got some of the prototypes here to show you, but I thought it'd be fun to just show you a finished product and just kind of walk through some of the different elements that it took to build these. So this project definitely took me outside of my comfort zone. It was my first opportunity to really try repoussé work. But it started off with some tools. I didn't have repoussé tools. I kind of like building my own tools, and as I got into the project, I realized how grateful I was that I chose to take that approach. The first thing was the hammer. Now I definitely could have bought this for cheaper than what it cost me to make it, at least as far as time goes. But it's a really cool small chasing hammer. The head is made out of just a chunk of 1045. The handle is made out of cherry, and it was cool. It was a nice little challenge. I actually cracked the handle while I was assembling it, but I used a little Chicago screw and was able to salvage it, and it made it through the whole project, so that's awesome. The chasing tools, this is where I was really glad that I just decided to make my own. I started off with maybe 10 of them. So these are made from coil spring. I went to my local Les Schwab, dove in the dumpster. They let me, I asked. But I just grabbed a couple of coil springs, and it's 5160, it's a good material. As you can see, at the end of this project, I ended up with quite a few of these tools. Immediately after starting, I was like, oh, I need a profile that does this, or I need a profile that gets into this little corner. But anyway, if you've never done repoussé, it's pretty cool. It's basically taking like sheet bronze, or I think most people use copper or brass, it's softer. I didn't really go about this the most educated way. I kind of just dove in head first, as I tend to do, but this was probably the biggest challenge of the whole thing. So even though I was trying a new technique, I really did everything I could to make this the best I could so that the quality of the repoussé work matched the quality of the rest of the forging. So some of the prototypes for making these, I wanted to take a unique approach to the wheat twist. So you can see, here's one of my prototypes. I ended up just welding the ends to kind of close off the wheat twist. I also forged this down into a curved swedge. So it gave it a really unique look. I really liked how that turned out. The body is made from steel. So while this is the prototype I made from steel because I didn't want to waste any bronze, the finished product, I used 1/4" round bronze for that. The body, this is a single piece of, it starts as 3/4 square stock, just mild steel. So the process there is to forge a ball on each end, squish the middle down. One thing I realized on the prototype was that I didn't get as wide as I wanted it to get just by squishing it. So you can't really tell from here, but the center is actually fullered. So I used 2 round surfaces so that I could gain more width out of that same 3/4 stock to get it to about 1 inch wide. Another kind of unique shape that I made, if you notice on the handles themselves, I ended up making a bolster to get this nice curved profile here, and then I actually used the press to both create this bolstered look and to press the head of the rivet because I wanted that nice chunky round rivet on the other side of this piece here. So that was cool. That was a test. I have a small pile of pieces that I will bury for nobody to ever find because of how ugly they turned out, but eventually I figured it out and it turned out pretty nice. Another kind of unique aspect of these doors was the trees. I wanted something 3-dimensional, but still on a flat plane, if that makes any sense. You know, these are Fireplace doors. These aren't really a sculpture. I wanted to keep everything pretty low profile, but I really wanted as much depth out of it as possible. So these are just 16 gauge steel. And if you notice, it kind of looks like 2 layers on this guy. And what it is I textured, I created this funky shape. I textured one side of one half, flipped it, textured the other side of the other half, and then folded it so that I could have this really cool, you know, layering. You know, I wasn't going for a Eastern white pine replica, but I was definitely going for those vibes. These clients are in Illinois. The whole wildlife scene was based on where they live. I tried to research, you know, to see what kind of plants were growing there, to see what kind of animals were there. You know, these clients, they wanted some ducks, they wanted some geese, they wanted cattails, they wanted pine trees, and some white-tailed deer. So I try to be as accurate as I can with these things, but you know, something like the trees, it's artistic. It's a artistic variation of a Eastern white pine, but I'm really happy with how they turned out. The texture was super cool. I think that they gave off the vibe I was looking for, but they also have a kind of a unique take on them. Other than that, they were pretty straightforward. The hinges are made from scratch. They're rolled hinges. This style hinges was new to me. This was a new design of mine, and I was really happy how they turned out. They have a bronze bushing top and bottom. Doors are made from 3/8 by 2 flat stock. The center straps are 3/8 by 1.5 inches. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it was a challenge. It was super cool. You know, I've been doing this a long time, but I still try to implement designs and elements that I've never tried before into every single project, because that's what keeps me interested. This work is way too hard to not have that level of interest and passion behind it. So the way I do that for myself is to design things that I don't know how to make, and then I collect the deposit and I am forced to figure it out. And I've had a great track record because so far everything's worked out. Because eventually, you know, it might take several tries, it might take throwing away some material, but that doesn't mean that you can't create something that looks like it was masterfully made. I think that's all about just having the eye for detail and not accepting anything less than quality. So that's what I strive for myself. That's what I strove for on this project, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.